The initial results of Pakistan's parliamentary elections show Imran Khan's party is ahead. Despite banning the party and its leader being imprisoned, PTI candidates stood as independents and appear to have undermined the army's candidate, Nawaz Sharif. The PTI-affiliated independents' ability to establish a lead, despite efforts by the military to sideline former Prime Minister Imran Khan, highlights the considerable popularity of the former cricketer. Mobile phone services were suspended nationwide on Election Day, in a move that attempted to stop the outcome. A statement from the Ministry of Interior said, "Precious lives have been lost in recent armed attacks and such. Security measures are essential to maintain the law and order situation and to deal with potential threats." The announcement of election results has suffered unprecedented delays that officials attribute to the Interior Ministry's suspension of the internet. America, Britain, and the European Union separately expressed concern over Pakistan's electoral process. Despite the army's support and the path being cleared for him, the poor performance by Nawaz Sharif and his party doesn't bode well for their future. Sharif's party may still turn out to be the largest party, as the PTI members all stood as independents, and it's likely Sharif and Bilawal Bhutto, the leader of the PPP, will look to win the independents over to form a government. The Ukrainian president has removed the army war general, citing the need for a change in approach and strategies. The head of Ukraine's ground forces will now replace him. Tensions have been growing ever since the failure of last year's Ukrainian offensive and the attempts by both to shift blame and to draw up a new strategy that could promise Ukraine future victory. Zelensky's dismissal of the general also reflects the fact that the general has long been seen as a future political rival, given his prestige in the army and popularity among the Ukrainian people. The general contradicted Zelensky's positive spin on the war in November in an Economist article that the war was at a stalemate, effectively sealing his fate. As the war reaches its second anniversary on the 23rd February, it is not clear the change of leadership will change or improve the situation on the battlefield. It's been a bad week for U.S. President Joe Biden as the U.S. Department of Justice Special Counsel released a report on the president's handling of classified documents when he was vice president. The investigation found that Joe Biden willfully kept and shared classified information, but that the now U.S. president will not face criminal charges. But what has made headlines was special counsel's damning comments about the president's memory. The special counsel said Biden couldn't remember exactly when he was vice president and when his older son died. An ally of the president said, "It had been the worst day of his presidency. I think he needs to show us this is a demonstrably false characterization of him and that he has what it takes to win and govern." Another Democratic operative said the report was beyond devastating and confirms every doubt and concern that voters have about Mr. Biden. If the only reason they didn't charge him is because he's too old to be charged, then how can he be president of the United States? The U.S. presidential election in November looks like it will be a rematch between Trump and Biden. If Biden wins, he will be the oldest U.S. president, but questions remain about his mental state due to the gaffes and memory loss Biden regularly suffers from.